All right, guys, we back on the beach. We back for getting the tripod once more, but it's all good. It's a beautiful day. Had to get out here. And the topic for today's video is, where are you getting your dopamine sources? Where are you getting your dopamine sources? Because the quality of your dopamine sources really speaks to your quality as a man. So, to make a long story short, low-level men chase low-level dopamine sources. High-level men chase high-level dopamine sources. And if you're going to be a high-level man, if you're going to be a lean man, the type of man that gets what he wants, the type of man other men look up to, you have to go for those high-level dopamine sources. And that requires you to delay gratification. Because those high-level dopamine sources don't come easy. So, let me explain. I'll give you 3 examples each one. So, let's talk about food. So, the low-level dopamine source is going to McDonald's and eating the cheeseburger. Hitting up DoorDash, Uber Eats, ordering some bullshit there. Drinking alcohol. It's a low-level dopamine source. It's a cheap dopamine source. It gives you the hit, but you regret it later. And that's going to be a common theme for all 3 of these. Like, you get that quick, easy fix of dopamine, you get that shot of dopamine, but you regret it later. You regret it later. And the high-level dopamine source is literally waking up in the morning and looking at the mirror. That's your high-level dopamine source. Of course, you're only going to like what you see there if you're saying no to these low-level dopamine, if you're delaying gratification. Because if you're not delaying gratification, your body knows it's cheating itself. And your mind knows it's cheating itself. Your body and mind, subconsciously. So you'll have that tinge of regret when you go for the cheap dopamine when it comes to eating junk food, drinking a bunch of booze. When you delay that gratification, then you'll have a level of confidence in yourself. When you achieve that high level of dopamine, when you look at yourself, you're down to 5 pounds in the mirror, you're seeing some ab definition, you're seeing some vascularity, you're seeing muscles, tone and definition of muscles you never seen before. That delayed gratification, that high level dopamine gives you confidence in yourself. Another example is activities that you do. So low level activities is scrolling. Low level activities is playing video games. Low level activities is watching the wrong kind of videos. That's actually good. That's a good segue into my 3rd thing. So, bookmark that one. Let's stick with the scrolling. Let's stick with the video games. It's cheap dopamine. Like, you literally just went there and did this, and you got dopamine. Or you did this. I'm holding, I don't have a tripod, but imagine I'm playing PS4 controller one hand. That's all you did to get dopamine. You're cheating yourself. It feels good in the moment to watch this TikTok video. It feels good in the moment to get a kill in Fortnite, catch a Pokemon, whatever. But you're always going to have that regret. And if you've been feeling this way, if you've been getting this kind of regret from that, you're feeling it piling up, the high level is putting value out in the world. Getting money. Completing a task. Completing a project. Working on a side hustle. Starting a business. Doing a project for someone. Or going out and doing some charity work. That's the high level dopamine there. And the third one, this one gets a lot of you guys. You go for the low level dopamine when it comes to what's between your legs. You goon, you take the easy way out. That one, I know for a fact, you're not feeling the way that you should. I know that one for a fact. You're feeling that regret. You know, you go, you get an orgasm, and then afterwards, you immediately get that PNC. You immediately feel that tinge of regret. You already know what the long-term one is, the high level. We do this live, folks. Got to wave at people. And that's the satisfaction of getting a real woman. Of having that connection with someone. That's that high level dopamine. So, the low level man chases that next dopamine hit. Hits up Uber Eats. Goons while he's waiting for the food to get there. Then just plays Call of Duty all night while munching on pizza and Cheetos. The high level man, building something. Building something. Has a physique worth respecting. Gets that respect from women. Gets a real woman. Which kind of man do you want to be? And if you've been feeling this tinge of regret, if you've been feeling like, dang, like, yo, I could be more than this. You're going too much for the low level dopamine, my friend. And you're better than that. But of those three I just listed, it starts with mastering your body. That's why I talk so much about getting lean, not just for the hell of it. You get lean, you get that confidence in yourself, you teach yourself how to delay gratification, and then it translates to those other two categories I talked about. But it starts with locking in and getting lean. Starts with getting sub 15% body fat. Starts with building that muscle mass. Hitting the gym when you don't want to. That's another source of dopamine. That's a high level dopamine because it's tough. You're not always going to want to go. But you're always glad you went afterwards. Your body rewards you with the chemicals after the gym session. It knows you earned it. Those feel-good chemicals. Endorphins, dopamine, adrenaline, all that good stuff. That's really the power of getting lean, guys. It's not just looking the part. It's being that part. It's the first step to really leveling yourself up as a man. Taking control of your life and rejecting the cheap dopamine. Because you'll always be a low-level man while you're accepting that. And you're better than that. You know deep down you're better than that. I know you're better than that. So I hope this video is the kick in the pants you need. But take action. You know, write down whichever one of those three things you're struggling with the most. Maybe you do have a nice physique, but you're still trapped by lust. You're going for the cheap dopamine when it comes to lust. Or you're just not bringing the most out of yourself. You're slacking off instead of getting the work done that you know you can't get done, you need to get done. Make a commitment to yourself that you're going to level up. Like, comment, subscribe. I know this video gave you some value, but now it's on you. Take action. Reject the cheap dopamine. Take control.